Welcome to Doctrine and Devotion, a podcast exploring Christian faith and practice from a Reformed Baptist perspective. My name is Joe Thorne. I'm the lead pastor of Redeemer Fellowship in St. Charles, Illinois.
And I'm Jimmy Fowler, executive pastor at Redeemer Fellowship.
What's going on?
It's a good day. It's nice. It's beautiful outside.
It's been really nice.
Yep, the kids are at home. Michelle's out of town, out of country, so she's out.
Up in Canada.
So I'm here. I got the kids. Had to get a sitter.
Yep.
And so we can record.
Yeah.
Finally.
You've been busy all week.
Well, yeah, and then I finally got to relax yesterday.
Yeah.
And I spent the day with the kids. We went downtown. It was fun.
You went to the zoo?
No, we didn't go to the zoo.
Where'd you go? You went somewhere because I saw pictures.
Yeah, like Buckingham Fountain. We just walked around.
What'd you call it?
What? Buckingham Fountain.
Okay.
What?
Well, I'm just saying it sounded different when you just said it. Just go back and listen.
No, I'm not going to go back and listen to that.
I'm just saying, it's Buckingham Fountain.
Yeah, Buckingham Fountain.
Buckingham Fountain. Got it.
Oh, my gosh.
All right, well, listen, man, you're the one who said it, not me. I don't know, man.
Then we walked along the lake, part of the lake.
Cool.
To go see the sailboats.
And then you went home and watched a movie, I heard?
Yeah, watched the movie.
What'd you watch with them?
With the kids, we watched the new Jumanji.
The new Jumanji. Okay.
The new Jumanji. Mm-hmm. The old one's too scary for me.
I know. I don't understand that. My kids got scared by that too.
Yeah, so we watched the new Jumanji.
Except for Catherine.
Catherine didn't
get scared. She doesn't get scared by anything now.
But Eli didn't get scared.
Yeah, he did. Eli was scared of everything.
No, he didn't. Stop it. Don't do that.
No, I'm not even joking.
Okay. Not like 3 weeks ago.
No. He watches scary movies now.
Okay, good. I'm like,
he's 14.
I know. That's why I wanted to make sure when I put out there that Eli got scared about, over Jumanji.
All right, so what's coming up? Anything coming up for you?
Not for me.
No.
I got nothing coming up.
Good. I'm preaching in California at The Fields. It's an 829 church. Pastor David Fanday.
Wait, we met him. I met him. We met him.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I know him.
I know. You know.
Met him.
I know.
I met him one time. No, David and I are bros. We're bros.
Oh, you're really bros?
Bruh, we're bros.
Really?
Yeah.
When's the last time you talked to him outside of talking about this speaking engagement?
Oh, without any reference to any conversation I had where he mentioned this, I can't.
You can't because because you guys just.
Well, then it would have been probably 9 months ago.
You guys are so close.
Yeah,
so close.
So, anyways, if you are around June 10th in California and are close to the Fields,
Michael Beck's listening right now, going, ha ha ha.
Michael Beck, who's that? So anyway, so I'm doing that. That'll be fun. That'll be fun. Looking forward to that. So, all right. So we're doing our thing now. Every Monday we do the 1689.
Yep.
Going through a paragraph or two or so.
How do you like that website, though?
That website is nice.
That website, yeah.
The 1689confession.com.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Nice.
Yeah. You can, you can search it. It looks great on your phone, computer. Oh, yeah. Brian Malcolm.
Killed it.
Yeah. It's just awesome.
Killed it.
Thing. Yeah, really, really good. So we're doing that on Mondays now, and that'll be for quite a long time. And then on Thursdays, man, we're just talking about whatever. And today, I noticed that there is a whole bunch of chatter online about a worship song, and I don't think I've ever heard it.
Okay. What's the song?
But everybody's mad about it.
Yeah.
Not everybody's mad, but everybody seems like a lot of people love it, but a lot of people have questions about it. And the song is called "Reckless Love."
This is something. Wait,
and part of the reason people don't like it is because of the word "reckless" or because of who wrote it or what church it comes from. But they're all getting weird about it.
But that song's not new.
Yeah, it is. This news like
no, it's not. No, it's not.
Oh my gosh, it's like 9 months old or something like that.
It's not. No, there's no way. There's no way. It's that new, Joe.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't. It was in the Adam Sandler movie with the Happy Gilmore one. When they're ice skating or something, they're doing something.
First of all, I don't watch Adam Sandler movies, and
this is back in the 90s. No, I'm finding it.
That doesn't make any sense.
I'm finding it.
I'll bring it up.
Gilmore.
I'll bring it up.
Happy Gilmore.
I'll bring it up. I'll look it up on YouTube.
Ice skating. So, got it.
All right. Is that it?
Yeah.
No, you dummy!
There it is. There it is.
That's
back in the 90s.
That's endless
back
love from
in the
90s. That's endless love from the 80s. Stop it. Stop it. You wasted all my time with that.
Oh, is that endless?
That's not reckless love.
What's the song you're talking about?
All right, I know it's from Bethel. So here, hang on. All right, so while I'm looking this up, it's controversial because it comes out of Bethel, which does some crazy. And listen, we don't throw around the word heresy, heretic a lot, right? We reserve for heresy and heretics, not just for
Jared Wilson's.
Yeah, we're not going to BJ Small you with those words just because we don't like who you're hanging out with or maybe something you say off the cuff. But Pastor Bill Johnson is a first order heretic. He genuinely is, and Bethel is not a good church. It's not a healthy church. It's one you should stay away from. So, but man, they've got very popular songs, and all right, this looks like it's it. All right, lyric video, so we can read some of the lyrics. I'm not going to play the whole thing, but let's check out part of it. Okay.
All right, go. Here we go. You got to hit the button, Joe.
I did.
There you go. You got it.
Okay, it sounds like every other worship song.
It's going to start?
Took the grave, you breathed your life in me. You have been so kind to me.
So kind. You can take it that way.
Not all the way kind. So. It's been so. I keep going.
All right. So I'm not gonna listen. I ain't got time for that. So it's got some biblical imagery in there, right? Lord singing, Lord singing.
I thought you were talking about the mountain.
Yeah, there is a mountain. It's not that impressive of a mountain. That's like somebody's backyard.
Yep.
Anyway,
backyard.
All right. So it's probably from Redding, California, which is where Bethel's from. Okay, so what biblical imagery? God singing over his people. Jesus saying the shepherd will leave the 99 to get the one.
Yep.
All right, so reckless. Let's just talk about that. I mean, people don't like the word reckless love.
Yeah, like it almost sounds like it's just, I guess, like uncontrolled. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like uncontrolled, irrational, not planned.
Yeah, reckless generally means that you don't care what happens. You're unconcerned about the outcome.
Yeah,
I'm going to do this thing.
Reckless abandon.
Yeah, I'm just I'm not going to care.
Yeah.
In fact, I looked up some synonyms. Ready?
All right, go.
Rash. Not the kind you know. Rash, like heedless, incautious, negligent, imprudent. you like that joke, didn't you?
I did. Yeah, that was pretty good. I was like, oh goodness.
So I actually got a rash right here. Look.
There you go.
Right on my arm. I don't know what it is. All right. So okay. So I get it. Like people might not like that. And John Piper actually has hey, listen. John Piper has a good thing on this on Desiring God. So yeah, we'll link to it. It's good. It's good. Yeah, I read through that.
Okay.
And so he talks about all of these issues. So we're going to encourage you guys to read that. Check it out. So okay, so some people don't like the word, but maybe you can have some poetic license when you're doing this kind of a thing. So maybe it's not such a big deal. But it's definitely coming from somebody who, or not somebody necessarily. I don't know who wrote this song, but Bethel and all of that crew. Like that's some bad mojo over there.
Oh yeah.
Okay. So the question, I guess, is does a song's author determine its value, right? Just because somebody might be nutty, does that mean that everything that they say is wrong, and or does it mean that that what they say is dangerous for us to sing or use in church?
Yeah, I mean, I think we've touched on this before, Joe, when we talked about authors, like in what we can read or what we should be reading and what we should not be reading. But I think one of the things we discussed is, like the whole thing with Driscoll, when Driscoll stepped away and was removed. I mean, people ask the question. I mean, can I still read his books? Yeah. Right? Like, can I still? And I think the thing we said was, well, you like with any author, you read and you take what is good and you reject what is bad. Right. And there is some good in what is it that is good and healthy in this song? What's right there? What's wrong?
Listen, we sing a lot of hymns here. But we sing a lot of modern songs too.
Oh yeah.
And I've seen up on the screen. I signed off on it before I knew who was one of the authors. Of course, like the new songs are written by like 15 guys. Because not one dude can just write a song anymore, unless you're Dustin Kensrue. And one of the names up there I saw on Sunday was Stephen Furtick.
Really?
Yep.
I didn't notice.
Uh-huh.
What song?
I don't know the names of any of the songs.
Is it that new song that we did?
No, that was good. That's an old song.
All right.
Yeah, that was good. So, but it's it's a good song. So, okay, yeah, I think you got to look at what's being said.
Yeah. But I mean, think about even within you're talking about hymns and stuff, Joe. I mean, there's hymns. There's a hymn that I'm thinking of that we sing that was written by someone I don't think we would have agreed with. In a lot of ways.
Yes. Horatio Spafford, are you thinking about?
That's the one I'm thinking of.
It is well with my soul.
It is well with my soul. We love that song.
Every Reformed guy and girl.
Yeah.
Sorry, and girl.
Yeah.
I don't,
Come on, Joe.
No, stop it.
Joe.
Thank you. Okay. So, every Reformed person loves It Is Well With My Soul because it's this, we see it and understand it as that God has this grace for me and this purpose for me in the midst of difficulties and sufferings and affliction. And then a little bit about the background.
Yeah.
Horatio. That's a great name, right?
Horatio.
He's a Chicago guy, and his family goes down in a ship, and they die, and he gets word. And when he's sailing across, and he gets to that point, he writes this hymn. And this is, some of you guys know that. But Horatio was a theological wacko.
Oh yeah,
he was a divisive, schismatic. It's not just that he was charismatic. He was like people trying to raise dead babies back to life, and some crazy theology. Right, not a good person to follow. Mm-hmm. But we sing that.
But
song.
We sing that song,
and we sing the Wesleys. Yep. We sing Charles Wesley, and we know that we're going to interpret the words that Wesley wrote differently than he would. Yep. And so
but we're okay with it.
I think we are. So
then what does it come down to when it comes to Bethel then? Right? Like why is it then that we're okay with some, and maybe part of it's just ignorance, Joe. Maybe people didn't realize, they're not thinking through it, but now all of a sudden because it's Bethel.
Yeah, nobody knew, very few people knew about Spafford until people started digging deep.
Yeah.
Even I would say recently into his past. So I think that there is some distance between the actual author and their quote unquote ministry and today. So that distance helps, right? Because where people aren't going to dive deep into Spafford's cult and become one of his followers.
Kind of accepted as acceptable worship.
It's sort of a cultural appropriation, if you will.
What do you mean by cultural
I'm just saying, like we take his song from his theological context and then put it into ours.
Okay,
and now we claim it as ours.
Claim it, yeah.
See,
so we are like Bethel. We name it and claim it.
We did.
We did that. So yeah, there you go.
But are we doing it with reckless love? I guess that's the question. So one of the things is, it's like, I think that the distance between the event, the author, and today makes it a little bit easier. Whereas with like Bethel, like they're like trying to suck power from the dead bones out of graves and stuff.
Yeah. I don't understand just some of the things. I just look and I sit back and I go, okay, how much of this is just made up? You know what I mean? Like how much of this is like? But then I've known people that go there.
Yeah.
And
that's why your wife's up in Canada right now.
Stop it. And and attend. Actually, I know someone that's part of that ministry school there. And so it's like, okay, no, there's a bit of truth to a lot of this.
Yeah. Well, you just read the books by the pastor or whatever, and there's heresy. So I think the fact that we're so super connected via the internet, social media, and all of that, we know like a lot more. We're much more informed, like you said, so we're not ignorant. So I do think that that's a part of the issue. So when we're looking at songs that we should sing in church, like we're always looking for, we have these basic questions like, all right, so is the song biblical?
Yeah.
Is it scriptural?
Yeah.
Does it reflect good and sound theology?
Yep.
Is it ultimately going to help us to see the person and work of Jesus, throughout the service? And so I think that's helpful. But I think in this context, we could ask a few questions here. And one of them, we talked about this, about, big questions about, like, how do we determine if we can sing this song, right?
Yeah.
Whether it's a Furtick song or a Bethel song or whatever. And there's a lot more questions, right? You can talk about, like, does it fit culturally? Like, is the melody,
That's a good one, yeah.
is the melody a jingle, like from a commercial? Well, maybe you don't want to sing it. Maybe one melody that would work and one style that would work in one congregation wouldn't work in another.
Exactly.
So there's a lot of subjectivity here. All right. So number one, and this is the easy one, right? Which is what is communicated by the lyrics, right? You have to look at the lyrics. And so something's being communicated. Hopefully, some songs are so bland and so empty that
what's the point of it? Like,
literally,
why would you even sing it?
Oh, because it feels good. It's got a rising melody. It gets people amped. Like, that's why some people like to sing those songs. But I've been in churches before where, the lights are spinning and the volume is growing.
It looked like that was. Are you referring to the Acts 29 event at West Virginia?
Okay,
is that the one you're talking about? We saw that photo, Joe.
Yeah. I put it up. So
it's fair game, Joe.
Yeah, no,
you had your little stage. It was nice and dark. You had your.
Well, don't say I didn't have anything to do with it.
I
just showed up.
Little stage.
I showed up and I preached.
Stage.
Really awesome people, godly
sure
people.
They were, yes, and they love the hazers.
There was some fog in that room.
Oh my goodness, I love that you went and spoke.
Yeah, I'll go anywhere, man. Especially with my friends. These are.
Your friends?
Yeah, these are my friends.
Yeah, how do you know them? How long have you known them for?
I don't know, a couple months.
Your new friends.
Yeah,
new friends.
Couple months. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. They're my friends, though. Yeah, they're still my friends.
Yeah, they paid you to be your friend.
Well, that's the only way I get friends. I mean, how else am I going to get friends? No, man. I didn't really.
No, and actually, they all look really. All joking aside, they seem to be good guys with
godly people killing it in ministry.
I tried following as much as I could on social media. I was so jealous,
good.
dude.
So good.
Like, why couldn't I go?
Oh, they wanted you. They were like, dang.
Well, they didn't want me enough to send me an invite.
No. Well, I said, maybe bring Jimmy and I back next year.
Anyways,
it was really good. Those guys are awesome. But yeah, they did have the hazer up there. It was a hotel, and so they were like, "Hey, we're gonna have a conference," and they were like, oh, "Okay, fine, you can have this big ballroom over here." So they set up with a loud professional rock band style thing. Oh yeah, the hotel was like, "Wait, you said this was a Christian conference, not concert." He's like, "Well, yeah, but come on, we're gonna sing.
We're gonna sing."
Yeah. And then there's a hazer and there's lights. It's a whole thing. So yeah, not my thing. I mean, listen, I don't care. It's all fine because the gospel was center.
So anyways, going back to it.
So
you've been to some churches that have like it's
all that stuff,
all that floating
but there's
lights,
no
all
word.
that.
Like, I don't care if you have that stuff as long as the word is clear, the theology is good. So yeah, what is being communicated by the song? And remember, you are allowed some poetic license.
Yes.
So don't freak out because it doesn't say everything technical. It's a song. So hopefully more is going to be communicated, perhaps in the sermon or whatnot. So, Jimmy, what else can we say about this? Like, what else should we be asking about? Like, should I sing this song or not in church?
Well, I think the next question is how are we gonna introduce this, right? Like, how are we gonna set the people up for this? And so,
right, especially if you're bringing a new song to the congregation, right?
Exactly. And I know. One of the things I know that we do, and a lot of churches do it, is you'll do the first verse twice just to kind of help, and that's good. That's not exactly what I'm talking about here, though. I'm talking about how are you going to introduce the lyrics? How are you going to introduce what we're about to sing and proclaim together, right?
Yeah, what should our mindset be? What are we really saying here?
Exactly. What is it that the song is conveying, and that is, what we're looking to sing and praise about.
Yeah, and I think that's good. And we need to do better at that here, I think, at Redeemer. We have amazing worship leaders and bands, and I love them all. And it's really on me for not saying, hey, let's do more of this. I want, because they do exhortations, and they do them throughout the service, which I love. But when it comes to a new song, or even just not a new song, maybe it's an old song, it'd be good, like you said, to introduce it and say, hey, you've sung this 1,000,000 times. Yeah. It is well with my soul. You guys know Horatio the Heretic? Yeah. Horatio the Heretic?
Horatio the Heretic.
So, I mean, but to reintroduce it and say, don't miss this verse.
Yeah.
Like this verse, and our guys have done that, but I'd like to see more of that. I think that's good. So also then, number 3, what is the balance of content in your worship? So like, what's that song? I still like it. It's a chorus. Remember when we used to sing choruses? That was like the thing.
No,
we
no,
went,
that,
we went
what
from
was that,
not
18?
us, but like no, stop it. 1800s was hymns. So, but we started singing praise choruses at some point, maybe in the 80s. I don't remember. Maybe it was the 70s.
Just give me one praise chorus. For
Okay.
real.
Oh, this is all right. So,
Just so I can get a feel.
we exalt thee.
Oh, okay. Just
You know
over-
that? We exalt thee. We exalt thee. We exalt thee. Oh Lord. Yeah, I like that one. I like that one.
Yeah.
Now, you're not really saying a whole lot.
No.
No, you're just saying
It's over and over again.
Yeah, but some of the psalms do
Because,
that.
kind of like a chant. It's more of a chant.
Like an incantation.
That's it.
No, he's not.
Yeah, okay.
No. Like
you
Mecca
can-
Lecca Hi, Mecca Hi Me Ho, like that? Is it like, that's the second time I've used that recently. All right, so, no, like, I do like that. Now, we don't sing it here, but I actually do like it a lot. And, okay, so you're not saying a lot there. But the truth is that some of the Psalms, not all of them, and not most of them, but
Yeah.
some of the Psalms are very repetitive. So there is a place for repetition. There's a place for simplicity, especially if it is balanced out by the rest of your liturgy, where songs are more robust, have more content, where you have responsive readings and scripture readings, and of course, the preaching of the word. So what is I think that's something we got to ask is, okay, so I'm not going to sing the song. We're going to introduce another song that's just like all the other songs, and it's all just the same flat, maybe not flat, but it's all the same like feel and message, which is, hey, nondescript, impersonal deity, we raise our hands to you, and we want you to come alive to us, or whatever nonsense that they're saying.
And that's why it's important, I think, that worship is organized, right?
Mm-hmm.
And my impression of worship ministries, at least in the ones that I've been in the past, has kind of been this like, listen, the Spirit's going to move, and we're going to find out on Wednesday before service what it is we're going to be doing, and then it's going to change maybe on Sunday, depending on where the Spirit leads.
Right.
And I'm just a firm believer that the Spirit could also move a month in advance when you have a planning session.
Right.
Right. And I think that's what I like about Redeemer is there is a time where Joe, Brian, and the worship leaders gather together, and they've mapped out already, the next few weeks of here's what the sermon's going to be about. Here's going to be the revelation, right?
Wait, hang on. If people don't know, it's not like a revelation from God. It's just, we call it revelation in the liturgy. It's the reading of God's revelation.
The reading of God's revelation.
Scripture.
There you go. Scripture. And so, but then you kind of look, and the worship leaders have already taken the time to pray and to work through the service.
Yeah.
And pick out.
They know what I'm preaching on.
They know what you're preaching on. They know the themes. They know that they have a pretty good idea. And so then they kind of lay out the songs and the service, and then we take a look at that. We the elders take a look, or Joe and Brian take a look at that to see exactly what Joe's talking about, that there's balance.
Right, and not just balance in content. I know this is not what we're talking about, but balance in content, but balance in like a flow. Like I'm not a fan when and it happens here sometimes where we just haven't thought it through, and all of the songs are slow.
Yeah.
Right? Or all of the songs are fast. It's like, wow, where was the variation? That would have been helpful for us. So, I think you want to look at the overall balance of what's happening in worship. So when you're introducing a song, to say, okay, this song is maybe light on theology, but it's still good, it's still true, and it will be balanced up by what else we're doing in that service.
Absolutely, Joe. And I just to kind of put a fine point on it.
My point wasn't fine?
Okay. No, it was actually very good, Joe.
I got a broad tip. Go ahead. Show me the fine point.
Is that when you don't kind of plan ahead, when you're not organizing, then you're going to fall back on those songs that and it's going to become that repetitiveness. Yeah. You're going to fall back to the same songs over and over again, the same style over and over again, because thought and prayer potentially have not been part of the process.
Right. And even if they are like praying about it and thinking, it's just easy, like you said, just to always do the same songs.
Yeah. To fall back on what's successful.
And I and what we just love. But what can happen is like, wow, you can get tired of those songs. And even my son has said, how come we always sing the same songs? And I'm like, we don't. And he goes, but he basically is like, yeah, but when this guy leads, we sing usually these songs. And when this guy sings, like, and even the worship leaders have said, hey, listen, we've kind of got a group of songs that we work with. It's about this many, and we need to add to
expand to that.
And they're doing that right now. We've introduced a new song last week. We're introducing a new song this week, which I'm super excited about. Jen loved the song last week, and I was like, wait till this next week. And I played it for her, and she's like, jeez. I love it. I can't wait. So yeah, it's really good. So we have one more question that we had come up with.
Oh yeah. What is the potential influence of that author or church behind the song? And so, is it going to be a scenario where you introduce this, like Joe was talking about? I didn't realize it. Singing a song by Stephen Furtick, and is someone going to be like, oh, Stephen Furtick, let me Google him. Oh, he's got a podcast. Let me listen there.
Oh, he's got pecs. Let me emulate him.
Don't fit.
They fit somebody.
Well,
a 10-year-old boy. That's about all he'd fit. He wears some tight pants. So I think that's really good, man, because like at our church, like we're such a theologically oriented church, and I really do believe that our people here are very thoughtful. They're not likely to. It's just not going to happen. They're not going to look at Furtick and go, "Oh, I'm going to go that way." But
let's
some churches
Furtick
might.
This up.
Yeah, like let's get it, Furtick.
You're so dumb.
So I don't think they're going to do that. But you do want to you do want to ask that question.
Yeah.
Are my people going to go down the rabbit hole of nuttiness or heresy because we've introduced this? I mean, in the end, right? It's our responsibility as pastors to shepherd the flock, and that means that whatever they are presented with, however they are served, it's going to have an impact, and we should be very careful to do our best to ensure that what we are giving them, how they are being fed and led, is not going to point them in a direction that's going to take them away from the truth, away from Christ, or away from the community of faith. So I don't know, reckless love. I don't know, so I listened to half of it, and I think when we hit the chorus, I'm like, okay, maybe I've heard that somewhere.
Probably because everything's a rehash,
right?
Every song, every worship song's a rehash. It's rare. It's rare.
Well, it certainly sounds like it, but maybe I've heard it before. I don't really know. But I don't like it.
What's that one chord? I don't know. They all have a chord.
They're like C, G, D. Those are like the three chords.
Yeah, I
guess
so.
A lot of.
I don't know. I'm not a musician.
Yeah, well, I am. So I'll explain it to you.
Oh, please go ahead right now. Explain it right now on air so that someone else can.
C, G, D. All right. So that's all I can say.
That's all you can say.
Yeah. So I didn't like it. It's just not my thing. I don't think it doesn't make it bad just because I don't like it. Though I do love having veto power at our worship meetings.
Of course.
Yeah, Brian and I are like, oh, heck no.
No, exactly. Because you guys, like you just got done saying, as pastors, you have spiritual oversight to shepherd God's people here.
Yeah, but sometimes it's like, no, it just sounds terrible. Like, can you fix the melody?
And you can fix the melody? Okay.
Yeah, because that's it. That's it sometimes. Like, oh, man, what's that old hymn?
It is well.
No, that's a good one. I like that melody. Up from the grave he arose with a mighty triumph for his foes. Like, come on, man. That's like, that's a little too.
A little too what?
I don't know. It sounds like.
A little too what?
No, it doesn't sound like that. Jimmy's making Heil Hitler gestures over here. It just the melody sounds too Barnum and Bailey. There's like a lot of hymns that were written in like the 1850s.
Barnum and Bailey?
Yeah,
no
it's
way!
got this boop 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 boop.
No, it does
not.
That did not.
Oh, yeah,
did you watch The Greatest Showman?
No,
it's actually really good. Really good musical. Michelle and I watched it the other day.
Yeah, that's shocking.
What? It was really good.
No, I'm sure.
It was fantastic.
Yeah, man. You're so rash.
I'm just saying, it's actually really good. Watch it.
So yeah, I don't know. I wasn't digging on the thing. So the song that we're going to introduce though Sunday. So by the time this airs, we already will have sung it. Is the Modern Post, which is Dustin Kensrue. The Modern Post, Psalm 145. You can only get it on the iTunes version of that album, The Water and the Blood.
Yep.
Man, I like that song.
It's a good song.
That's a good one. So I'll try and link to that in the show notes as well. You guys can check it out. Let us know what you think. Hey. Maybe they could let us know what they think of Reckless Love. Do they sing it in their church?
Oh,
wait. Maybe they sing it, but then they don't sing it. Or maybe the church sings it, but they don't sing it.
Like, I see what you're saying. I'm not participating.
No, they fold their arms and they like frown, or they just play on their phone.
Well,
Like me to listen to D&D while that song's on or something?
No, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't be listening to a podcast in the
Well, if it's
worship service.
maybe that would be better than Reckless Love. Is it Reckless Love? What was the other one? What did you
Endless
play?
Love.
Endless Love. We'll link to that in the show notes too.
I can't believe I confused it. We'd love to hear your thoughts. You can follow us on Instagram and Twitter at Doc and Devo or on Facebook /Doctrine and Devotion. You can head on the website, doctrinedevotion.com. There you can contact us. You can sign up for the email blast or hit up the store, jofostore.com, and grab
by the way,
some gear.
Jofo Store is spelled Jofo store.com.
Yeah.
Somebody couldn't find it. They were spelling Joe, Joe, fo.
Oh, okay.
And so I realized we've never really and be sure and check out the 1689confession.com. The 1689confession.com. You're gonna great resources there. Be sure and hit the resource page.
Do it.
Links to all the books that you want to go deeper into the 1689, to get into 1689 theology, and check out the ministries that are linked there, like Founders and IRBS Seminary and all of that. It's really good stuff.
Fresh pod every Monday and Thursday. Blog posts on Wednesdays. Video content sporadically. Later.